Hello everyone, LegendaryZero here, and today we are finally gonna be starting our Kirby marathon that I promised like a year ago. Oops. Oh well, better late than never. So we're just gonna jump right into the first game series, which is the Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. As you can see, not much going on. Well, there's a lot going on, but it doesn't look like much on the surface. This was Kirby's very first game, and it was released in 1992. So basically the premise of the game is that this evil penguin dude named King Dedede, who's the self-proclaimed king of Dreamland, stole all the food, and now you have to go and get it back. So basically, in order to get it back, Kirby has to, travel through all the different areas of Dreamland, and he has to defeat a bunch of enemies along the way. And obviously, to defeat these enemies, as you're seeing on the screen right now, I have to suck up these enemies with my inhaling breath and then shoot them back out. It's kinda cool. One thing a lot of people know Kirby for is his copy ability, which is where he sucks up an enemy and then swallows it so he can get their ability for himself. But back in this game, he actually didn't have it yet. He can only suck up stuff and spit it back out. So we're a little bit limited on what we can do here, but oh well, we'll make do with it. Kirby's Inhale, as you can probably see, it has a pretty generous range. So it's good to stand at a distance and suck stuff up. But another cool trick you can do is fly with Kirby. If you just hold up, you'll float up like a balloon, and then you can spit out little air particles, which is pretty fun. Right there is a Maxim tomato, and those fully refill Kirby's health. Speaking of Kirby's health, he has only 6 hit points before he dies. In later games, he gets a lot more to deal with, but in the older games, he only had 6 hits before he could be taken out, which actually is a lot for back in the day. Usually it was like 1-hit kills for most gaming protagonists, but Kirby's a pretty stubborn little pink marshmallow. This right here is Wispy Woods. This is the first boss of the game, and he drops apples and shoots air puffs at you. So basically all you gotta do is suck up his apples and spit them right back in his face, which is not very nice, but oh well. And with that, Kirby's gotten the very first sparkling star, and now we can move on to the next level of the game, which is Castle Lololo. Anyways, I was talking about the Maxim tomato earlier. In the very first game, the English manual called it the bag of magic food, which is interesting. I mean, if you really look at it, it kind of looks like that, but it looks more like a tomato to me. As you're also seeing, Kirby's sucking up all these random objects. The first one he sucked up was a microphone, and whenever he spits that back out the microphone, it instantly kills every enemy on the screen. He also used a bomb in the other room, and whenever he sucks that up, he can just spit it back out, and it creates a line of death and destruction wherever it goes. So, yeah, that's pretty fun to use. In later games, the mic ability would actually like become its own thing. It wouldn't be an item you could pick up. They're like enemies called mics that would go around, and then you'd suck them up, and then you'd be able to use the microphone item 3 times. And now we're fighting Lololo, who is actually the protagonist of an earlier HAL game called The Adventures of Lolo. And he picks up blocks and shoots them back at you, and yeah, shoot them back at him. So that's pretty awesome. So the thing about Castle Lololo, as you're seeing here, is that it's kind of like a maze. It's kind of hard to get around because there's so many doors and so many rooms. Also, those spiky things you're seeing, do not touch those. Those are Gordos. Usually in the other games, they're actually not that bad, but in this game, they will take away half of your health instantly if you so much as touch them. Oh, here we are. We are at the boss of the level, which is going to be Lolo and his girlfriend Lala. And each can take 3 hits, so you have to weave around the arena and shoot their blocks back at them. Lala actually appeared in one of the other Lolo games, which is pretty cool if I do say so myself. I think she was playable in The Adventures of Lolo 3. Sorry, I'm mixing up Lolo and Lololo. But yeah, those games were on NES back in the day, so if you wanna check out some of Hal's earlier games, then check out The Adventures of Lolo on NES. And we are going to hopefully finish off La 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 right here. There we go. And with that, we get to take ownership of the second sparkling star, and now we're on our way to the 3rd level. Speaking of that, why are we collecting stars instead of food? Apparently these sparkling stars are kind of special, and like they generate all the food in Dreamland, which is awesome, but I mean, they could have just like put like a bag of food there, and then that would have worked too, but oh well. There we go, we've got another bomb. Aha, so that enemy I just sucked up, that is a Waddle-Doo, and those guys give you the beam ability in later games, but here, they don't do much. They just kind of shoot their beams at you, and that's it. I have no idea how those squids are flying, but I'll take it, why not? These coconuts you've seen on the palm trees, they'll fall whenever you go underneath them, so probably try not to stay underneath them for too long. Oh yeah, I think I forgot to mention, the spikes at the bottom of the cavern also, I think they have the same effect as Gordos, so keep in mind of those. The thing I just ate was a drink called a pep brew. They're called energy drinks in the earlier games, but they actually refill half your health, which is nice. Maybe, no, actually maybe it's just 2 hits. Yeah. We've got a 1-up. Also, as you can see in that little segment there, Kirby looks a little weird when he's swimming. He just repeats his walk animation. He wouldn't get, like, actual swimming controls until later games. A side effect of being underwater is that you can't inhale stuff, which is a little bit concerning. You have pretty much no way of attacking when you're underwater. In later games, that would be rectified. You get like a little thing called water gun, which is actually just Kirby squirting water out of his mouth. But that's your way of defense when you're underwater in the later games. Sorry, gotta break all the blocks here. I can't leave them unturned. Alright, now we have just obtained the spicy curry, which is actually an item in Smash Bros. Too, if you're familiar. But basically, it means Kirby can shoot out fireballs from his mouth, and it kills pretty much any enemy it touches, which is pretty fun. But if he jumps into water while he has it, it cools him down, so you'll lose the spicy curry ability. Alright, back onto the deck of the ship we go. And we found a warp star. Kirby has a habit of flying these wherever he needs to go, but he also has a pretty bad habit of crashing them. Luckily, that whale was nice enough to spit us up here where we need to go. And this is actually part of the next level, but to get to the Rio Mita level, we have to defeat this blimp thing. This blimp thing is Kabula, or at least that's what its name is. It would get like a totally different design in later games. Also, darn it, I took a hit. Hopefully next time I can do this without taking damage, but If you're wondering how I was able to stay flying for so long and shoot all those bullets at him, that's because I have the mint leaf ability, and I will not lie, the sprite looks a little bit like a sweet potato more than a mint leaf, but it lets you fly and shoot stuff like in a shoot 'em up style, so it's pretty cool. Aw man, I'm taking too much hits in here, I should be more careful. This beginning area is a little bit crowded, so hopefully I can get through. Oh, these things. These guys you're seeing in front of you are Scarfies. They look really cute, but then if you try and inhale when they're near, they're gonna get pissed off at you and chase you down, so it's best to take them out from a distance with like an air puff. I see all the little guys are floating down on parasols, and the parasol ability is something that Kirby gets in later games, but here, again, he doesn't have it. And there are also the Sir Kibbles, which Kirby just sucked up, and those guys shoot little boomerang cutters. Man, I'm one hit away from death. I'm probably gonna end up dying here. Oh well. Shoot. There we go. Oh, that's fine. We have 5 lives left. We'll be okay. Yep, I accidentally inhaled that guy. Tried to inhale that Scarfy, so it got pretty angry at me. Alright, now we're in the next section, which is pretty much just like a maze of clouds. Nothing too special. These enemies have pretty annoying flight patterns though, so I'll probably end up colliding with them a couple of times. Oh well. Oh, there's a Gordo. Better be careful about that thing. King Dedede actually throws those Gordos around in Smash Bros. And, they're pretty damaging. But you can always hit them back, unlike in this game. Right here, this is Kracko Jr., the mini-boss of this level. And you gotta, suck up the Waddle Doos he drops, and then spit them right back into his eye. Other than that, he just drops cannonballs and flies around. If you stand in the left corner, he'll be free from his attacks, and he won't hit you, so... Alright, with that, we can just grab the Warp Star and shoot on out of here. Oh, here's a Mint Leaf. Let's grab that. Alright. Right here, we just get to shoot our way through a bunch of blocks, which is pretty awesome. Better be careful of all these Waddle Dees. Yeah, the Waddle Dees are basically like the Goombas of Kirby. They're everywhere, and they're pitifully weak, which makes sense. Right here, we're in a corridor of where there's like little falling stars, and these stars don't do much in this mode, but there's an extra part of the game called Extra Mode where these stars actually deal damage, so you're gonna want to be careful not to touch them. Alright, here we are. This place is a little bit precarious. Oops. If you go up and hit up on the moon, it's like a secret door. And you can fall all the way down, and there will be maximum tomatoes and 1-ups and pet brews and other things. Darn, I missed the last 1-up. Oh well. Oh, here's Kracko. Krakow is going to be the boss of this level, and he's a little tougher than he was before. Kind of a similar strategy. Suck out the Waterloos and spit him back out. If you stand in the corner, you should be free from most of his attacks, but I think his sweep attack can get you if you're not positioned carefully enough. When both of them do their beam attacks, it causes a lot of lag. You could use that to your advantage, though, to think up with the strategy. Alright, one more hit will do him in, and there we go. Hooray. Alright, now we're on the last level, Mountain DDD. Alright, we're gonna infiltrate DD's castle, and Kirby, of course, crashes the Warp Star, and now we're faced with 4 doors, and we can go in any one of them that we choose, and each one is like a little mini challenge. So if we go in Wispy, let's go in order. If we go in Wispy Woods door, that's gonna be like a little remixed version of Green Greens right here. And yeah, the level design is definitely different. There's a Gordo blocking the door, but to destroy it, you can just grab this other Kirby right here. Don't know why there's another Kirby. I feel like that's gonna raise a lot of strange questions. Can Kirby mass clone himself? Is there like a secret cloning facility? Is Kirby actually a ghost? We may never know. Anyways, one thing that's kind of interesting about these rooms is that they don't play the boss music for the boss fights. You have to just fight the boss with the regular music playing, which is a little bit weird, but interesting. Alright, Wispy Woods is down. And now we're back in the main hub again, and let's go to Lololo and La La La. Alright, I have no idea what kind of dance moves that Kirby was doing, but oh well. Alright, looks like we're gonna take out La 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 first. There we go. Now it's time for Lololo. Also, something I forgot to mention, all the bosses take 6 hits, with the exception of Kabula, and I think that's every 3 air bullets counts as a hit. And then, yeah, that's the only exception for now. Speaking of Kabula, let's go ahead and go back to Float Islands real quick. Alright, there's another Kirby to grab. There we go. And now we are gonna go and grab that mint leaf again and fight Kabula. Let's see if I can do this without taking any hits. It looks like I should be taking hits, but for some reason it's not registering. I guess it's because I'm MLG gamer. I don't know. Heck yeah, no hits taken. Alright, it's time to go to Krakow stage and finish this for good. Ouch. Oh, there's the Kirby. And there is Krakow. Feels kind of weird to be fighting Kracko again, because we literally just fought him, but... Oh well, I'm not complaining. Ouch. Alright, Kracko's down, and now it's time to fight the final boss, King Dedede. And we have to fight him in his boxing ring. Ouch, that's not good. He actually has a lot of attacks. He can inhale like Kirby, he can whack you with his hammer, and he does his famous Super Dedede jump. Yes, it's actually called that. Whenever he jumps, you can suck up the stars that he leaves behind, and that is the only way to damage him. Also, as you can see, he takes a pretty large amount of hits. It takes 10 hits to kill Dedede. Ouch, he sucked me up. I only have 2 hits left, that's not good. Hopefully I can finish him off in one try, but it's not looking too great. I think you can actually suck up the stars he leaves behind with his hammer, but it's, yeah, there, like that. It is a little bit more difficult, though. You can also just jump and do that, which is kind of mean if you're floating in the air. Also, as you can see, he trips over his own feet a lot. Whether that's intentional or not, I'm not sure. Alright, 6 hits left. 5 hits left. Let's see if we can do this. Aw, man, I only have 1 hit point left. This is getting kind of tense. Alright. 3 hits left. 2 hits left. 1 hit left. Can we do this? Alright, there we go. Whacked him so hard, he went flying out of his own castle. And now that we have all 5 sparkling stars, we can use it to bring all the food back to Dreamland. And how do we do that? Apparently by becoming a giant hot air balloon. Nice plan, Kirby. And yeah, that's it. This is the end of the game. I expected to take about half an hour to beat this game, and I beat my previous record. We took 23 minutes. This game is not long at all. Also, funny thing about the credits, some of these names are serious, but some of them are fake names made by the various staff members, just because they can, like Bubby. Like, who's really gonna call themselves Bubby? But, oh well. Cool nicknames. As you can hear, the credits music is pretty nice. Flying through the sunset with, or the sun, actually it's the sunrise, actually, yeah. The hot air balloon castle thing. Alright, we made it back. And now Kirby falls to his death. That's the end of the game. Just kidding, he's fine. Bye-bye. And King Dedede lands right next to the Game Boy, apparently. So as you can see, this is the code for the extra game. Up, A, and select on the title screen activates extra game. Yep, DDD's pretty angry. He's gonna go off and run home to his mom. But we're not gonna do extra mode. I think King DDD's had enough for today. So, anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Kirby's Adventure.